Vikings here, head coach Kevin O'Connell. His side has been playing good football much of this season, holding that 5-2 record. Leading the opposing sideline, that's Packers head coach Matt LaFleur. This guy's coming off the bye week, so we'll keep an eye on it, Brock. Maybe a small advantage to them because of that. Welcome to everyone tuning in. Kate, Scott, and Brock Heward here as punter Braden Mann gets us started. And from Lambeau, away we go beneath the rain. And already we've got a loose football. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. More room past the 50. To the 15. And he is gone. Touchdown. That had to have been just about as far away as possible, Brock, from what that was drawn up to be. But the end result, partner, exactly as they planned. It's a touchdown.
In this case, Kate, it really was about the destination, not about the journey.
Now the PAT try coming up. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
Sure feels like the bye week came at a perfect time for him and his team as well. Right smack dab in the middle of the season, giving everybody some time to rest, recharge mentally, and get yourself energized, Kate, to attack the rest of this regular season, starting with this contest.
That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Went the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12. Love from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. That's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Motioning the tight end now. 3rd and long. Here's Love. He finds Jacobs here underneath. And that nice catch not going to translate into a new set of downs just yet. The stop is made in time to make it 4th and short. The Packers send out their punting unit. And he drives this into the pouring rain. He takes the fair catch at about the 26-yard line. So we'll see the Vikings offense now for the first time. At the helm, someone entrusted to lead this group in just his first season. Their rookie out of LSU.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, middle of their teammates. Let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you can see some of those nerves slipping through.
Well, you know this better than most, Brock. Screens normally leave some rushers to come free, but still, it's not often you get roughing the passer on one.
No, it isn't, but I think of Tom Brady. To me, not only the greatest QB sneaker in the game, but he was one of the great screen masters, too. He understood how to sell a screen, draw those defenders to him, and like the QB did right there, sometimes they'll even tee off and you get the penalty.
Throwing it on second down. Gets him on the in route. And this one doesn't go far.
Justin Jefferson. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag, and that's going to bring out 4th down. Running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And they haven't been shy about looking his way in the passing game, have they? You can see that so far this season, he's currently leading all running backs in receiving yards. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They stick with Jacobs. Well, a lot of effort there, partners, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On second down, Jacobs. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. Now one of the Vikings in some pain out there, so we'll get a stoppage here as he's helped by trainers.
Pick it up, you're embarrassing us.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. Has him on a quick hitter. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks him inside their own 10. Minnesota all set to go for its 2nd drive. They're looking at the entire field in front of them. A long drive ahead, Brock, as they start out very close to their own goal line. Sending him on the dive. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, that kind of game may not take a safety out of the picture on the next play, but at least you won't have your guys standing in the end zone on the next snap. That was a valuable little run right there.
Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down. He's going to throw it. He's going for it himself. And this play's going to come to an end at the 27. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. First down, and they go right back to it. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Back to the well again. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. 3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out.
Now 3rd and 9.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Fair catch hauled in at the 18-yard line. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, no, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. There's a dive up the middle. And they find them after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes it's not about flash and sizzle, Kate. Sometimes it's about old school football. Give your fullback the ball, and he's going to go get you a couple yards.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Well, we'll pause here, and for good reason. One of the Packers injured on that play and is being tended to. First down now, ball at the 33. Going run again with Jacobs. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
One of the tight ends in motion left. Going to the ground again on 1st. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Good point. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Jacobs gets in on the draw. And they were waiting for him on that draw, weren't they? They get him behind the line. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice gain. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Maybe he gets rocked, and the ball is out. And the Vikings have recovered.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Give now to the running back. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Back-to-back carries here. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down.
It's a loss of
Offense to the line. 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
And you just get the play off. Drop off caught by his back. And this is taken ahead to the 42. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The Vikings have played to an early lead. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking at third and still 10 here. To the air on third and long. Short pass brought in. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
16 yards. And the Vikings first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Vikings.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher, and I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
He's in trouble and gets blocked out again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this first half. Third time. Now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
And some textbook work covering that clock. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Packers getting set here. First and 10. Hand off to Jacobs to start the drive. Up to the races, middle of the field. 30. Keeps on moving into the red zone. It's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers can tie it up in the second after coming into the lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Return starts at the 9. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Vikings are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. First play is a design run. He won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. Second down coming up. He was quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuff in the run.
He's going to squeeze about 8 yards out of that run, Brock. That brings up third down.
A gain of 9 brings up third and 2.
They give it to him again. He's finally caught after a big third down game, but it was one of his teammates caught by an official. We've got a flag down. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond. And they'll pitch it out to him. They go to him again, Brock, and they deny him the line again. That's another loss. This one sets up fourth down.
Well, it was bad enough the previous run went backwards. You've got to have balance in this league. I mean, you really do. There's no chance offensively to find sustained success unless you present run and pass to a defense. And right now, this defense is owning your run game.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Jacobs running behind center. And what a big play that was on 1st down, but we also have a flag. This might be coming back.
Offense.
The game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They send a tight end in motion. Here's Jacobs again on 2nd down. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
On the sneak, it's long. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good.
All set to go now from the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Running on 1st here with Jacobs. Makes the tackle. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. They'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
To the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Here's up
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Well, that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. 7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. Throw here. 3rd down. Finds him over the middle. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this angles out and hits the sideline. That's a good punt there. They're kidding at their own 8.
at their own 8-yard
Now the
line.
Minnesota offense trotting out. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Go play action on 1st down. That will be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Going back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that one doesn't get him much, give him maybe a yard. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and long for him here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings take a second quarter lead. Well, that right there, Brock, is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments?
What?
I love especially going back and watching them on tape and watching the big guys. Watching all those alignment. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a show.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Has this at the 6. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Out now runs the Packer offense. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They stick with Jacobs. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing his love on 3rd. Completed over the middle. They'll have the first down and even more. He's at the 30. Savion Williams. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was gonna be a touchdown. Like a guy calling it before his three-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird in the three-point shooting contest in the 80s? The kids aren't alive, I get it. And they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did. And he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. Escapes the defender. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. This gets out to the 30. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to the well again. And he's tackled after a nice pickup, but we've got a flag down. This could wipe that play away.
Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They'll run here following the penalty. And not much space available there. Maybe 2. That brings up 3rd down.
Cooper on the stop. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. The Vikings getting their punt team out. Keyshawn Nixon returning this for the Packers. Before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Prime Time in just a moment. Thrown on first down, Love. Kraft has it. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down.
And the Packers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. And his perfect start is over. That's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. Tight end going in motion here. Back to the air. Love. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to stop him, but he's got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. They've got 3 tight ends on this 1st and goal, thinking run or play action. They'll run. Jacobs. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They're going to try with the wideouts. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal.
went into their bag of tricks just a little bit there. The surprise handoff, not enough to get the touchdown, but I'll tell you what, I'm kind of excited to see the next wrinkle off that one because I don't think that was just a one-off.
Love now on 3rd and goal. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. On comes Brandon McManus now to try this field goal for the Packers. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. McManus sends it through. And they've taken back the lead.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vikings with a football here late in the half. And normally they'd need their sound block, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Cut out left. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
2nd down pass play coming. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's 3rd down.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
15.
Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Minnesota lined up in punt formation.
It's 4th down.
Brings us to the end of our first 2 quarters of play. So a field goal game at the half. Good one so far, 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime
Our trip
report.
around the NFL starts now, and it starts with a good one in the AFC West. Okay, Kate, thanks very much. We are into week 8, and we're starting to get a sense as to who are the haves and who are the have-nots. Let's get into it. And this is Jack Besh. He's going to pull this one in, and then he sets his sights towards the end zone. 56 yards, touchdown. Next up, why don't we go to Foxborough and check in on the Patriots as they host the Baltimore Ravens. And this one, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. Footwork, agility, speed, power, a brilliant run for the touchdown. The Patriots win their 2nd straight as they get the victory here. Lastly, we head out to SoFi Stadium. It's the Chargers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's Justin Herbert looking for and finding number 1, Quentin Johnston. That's a gem. Back right corner of the end zone. Touchdown. The Chargers find a way to pull this one out as they escape with the narrow win. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we hand it back over to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Nixon now to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in, week out. First call here coming from the shotgun. Third quarter starts with a run from Jacobs. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Shotgun now for Love. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Love out of the shotgun. Throwing the out route, complete. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds. Will this drive continue? Here comes third down. Love from the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Well, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Vikings and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And he'll stay up right through this rain, but not through that hit. He's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
At the 43-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. They're going to try and throw it here. This one's to Hawkinson outright. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. So now here's 3rd and 5.
That's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd.
They're throwing it. That's caught for the first. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Back to throw. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd down and
Still sticking with the passing game. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
for Justin Jefferson. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 20.
3rd down from the gun. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And now they're staring at 4th and long. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. 1st and 10 from the 32. They've got a man in motion. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing, it's Love. Completed to his running back. And this is going to be out of bounds. This defense catches up to him near that 45.
It's a gain of 11.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
First down.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Jacobs gets it on the draw. Nothing doing on the draw block. That's going to send him backwards ahead of 3rd down. Following the play, one of the Vikings in some distress as they hurry the medical staff out to look at him. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Putting a receiver in motion. They'll throw 3rd and long. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Their punter making his way out now. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. Giving him an 18-yard pickup there. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. 1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing now off the play action. Into traffic, complete. This is close, but it looks like they got the stop in time. Yep, marked at the 40. That brings up 3rd down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Call it a lone yard on the run. It's going to be 4th down.
That's all you could really expect from a sneak, Kate. 1, maybe a couple yards. So in that way, their job was executed. But the play call, well, that leaves me and I think many scratching our heads.
And you'll love the effort on that return as he gets him all the way up beyond the 40. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. And off to Jacobs to start the drive. And this hasn't been a common side of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. They send a man in motion.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Love to throw. This is Reed working the right side. And he's tackled after a nice pickup, but we've got a flag down. This could wipe that play away. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Love now to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Even on 3rd and long, he still couldn't bring himself to force the throw right there, and that's okay. As coordinators will like to say, every drive that ends with a kick we can live with. Don't put the ball in harm's way.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Vikings returning their offense and this running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Sack needs some positive yards here. It is second down and 18. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Sets up a third down and 18.
Looking to throw here. Forced that to his right. And not much doing. He stops quickly.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a fourth down.
Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Packers all set to get back out there. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Jacobs again on second down. He's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They go counter, it's Jacobs. Good running here on first down as he works his way forward for about 8.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes second and 2. Going run again with Jacobs. Hop on the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up. All plays on the table here for third and 3.
Brings up third and 3.
To the air with Love. Pass brought in by Watson. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Now one of the Vikings in some pain out there. So we'll get a stoppage here as he's helped by trainers. They've got first down here from the 36. Now a toss. This is Jacobs. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
Even on the outer edges of this field, Kate, a cornerback making a stop behind the line, it's impressive. But in the middle third, that takes a special and fearless type of cornerback.
Here's Love. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Love looking to pass. He finds Jacobs here underneath. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. On third down, Vikings sending out 6 DBs for the dime set.
Brings up third and 13.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Prime Time. It's a tie ball game through 3, and we're going to see which side separates in the 4th. The Vikings into the nickel for this third down play. Here's Here he goes, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing.
Oh, they went for it and got there! Blocked it! They pick it up inside the 45. And the blocked punt leads to a touchdown. They got there, they blocked the kick, Brock, and then absolute chaos ensued.
Yeah, look at the mad scramble to go get that ball. And then as he took off with it towards the end zone. What a wild, frankly, what a fun play to watch. Well, at least for one team. The other side, that's a painful gaffe they'd rather soon forget.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He dodged the tackle. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it into the 30. The Packers, Jordan Love, set to take over again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Running on first here with Jacobs. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. Takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Love. He's got it complete to Reed. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
There's a dive up the middle. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
You see that sweep blown up before it gets to the outside, you know defensively, tremendous anticipation. But even more, better execution.
And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Holding offense.
So they'll decline this and take the results. Punt team on the field. And he's going to try to avoid having a second one blocked here. And he's there. Fair catch called for and taken. The Vikings taking the field on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. That's incomplete left side.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard. Quick look by the Packers on 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Pressure gets to him and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down. Where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Hand off here to Jacobs. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, he goes back to it.
And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's good for the Packers. First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Now Watson. Bounced it outside, but still no luck because he's brought down at the line. 2nd down coming up.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Vikings 32-yard line.
That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. So the offense still moving forward as roughing the passer overrules that incomplete pass. They'll run here following the penalty. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Love now off the play action. Cut near the goal line. And he's going to be stopped after a pickup of 9, and that's going to make it 1st and goal.
10 yards. That's another Packers.
They'll run. Jacobs. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Packers now trailed by just a point in the 4th. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Brings in the kick at the 9. All right, so they're going to take over at the 39. Nice effort there. Vikings offense back to the field now. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with the game-winning drive.
Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing off the play fake. Hits him on the out route. Ooh, and the stop made awfully close to the marker and in midfield. It's going to be 3rd and short now from the 49.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
He tries to sneak it, and this defense is going to win this round. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
You know what? It's a pretty doggone impressive feat of strength to hold the line against a sneak, even when you know it's coming.
4th down, they're going to throw for it. Looking Hawkinson, he's got it. He's going to have this one down to the 28. They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
And the Vikings, 1st down.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
Vikings, 1st down. 1st and goal, Minnesota.
Fine quarterback run here. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings take a fourth quarter lead. Wow, Brock, hard to imagine a more effective play in their entire playbook for that particular spot right there.
You know, you get in this red zone, Kate, you want the ball in the hands of the guys you do trust the most to score. In a lot of cases, well, you trust your quarterback, and all he did was add to that trust.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7.
Packers 24.
The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Nixon now to return it. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They stick with Jacobs. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. He'll throw it. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. They connect on the deep shot. This is going to take him off and across midfield there at the opposing 45. Throwing the out route complete. And he will wind up out of bounds after a 1st down gain of right around 3 yards.
Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And all he can get is a yard here, Brock. It's going to be 3rd down. The Packers trying to hurry to the line.
40-yard line. A 1-yard gain brings up
Throwing now.
3rd and 6.
Taking a chance to the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
9 yards. And the Packers 1st down.
Toss to the right. It's Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
That's another Packers 1st down.
Handoff running left. Jacobs. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Jacobs running behind center. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it 2nd. Setting up to pass. Thinking touchdown here, but they cannot connect. So that's going to send them back to the line for 2nd and goal.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 2nd down.
An important attempt coming up here for Brandon McManus. This is a chip shot from the left hash.
20-yard attempt.
Kicked well, and this is good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now it's incumbent upon their defense to give him and their offense another shot.
And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
The Vikings back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Line up the design keeper. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals. A chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year. They're building. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt. I'm Kate Scott. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Green Bay.
Months in, and the NFL is as unpredictable as ever. Hi, everyone. Scott Hansen in Orlando. This is your weekly recap for Week 8. We start with a good matchup in the NFC. And this is not exactly a thing of beauty, but it'll do the job. This will wind up a touchdown. The Vikings get their 6th victory as this win moves them to 6-2 on the season. From there, it's on to Cincinnati, checking in on the Bengals as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is Joe Burrow. He was just carving up this defense. He threw for more than 400 yards and had 3 touchdown passes, including this one here. The Bengals get the victory here. They win it by 10. One more to bring you, and it's from the nation's capital. It's the Commanders taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And this is Jonathan Taylor. He's got the rock, he's got some room, he's got speed. 39 yards for the touchdown. That'll do it for us. Until next week, Scott Hansen in Orlando. Good night from all of us at EA Sports.
The regular season has reached its halfway point, and as the team looks ahead to the rest of the year, it's time to check in with players and set the goals that will drive them the rest of their season. A new rookie class has joined the team. There are a lot of hopes for this group, and one player was drafted to make an immediate impact in the lineup.